What's up? I'm Jay from Swole Initiative, and I am here with Dakota from Troll Games, and we are talking about Castles and Crusades. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so Castles and Crusades, basically, if you take kind of like, it's like a 5th edition type, we came out before 5th edition, but you take 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and then you simplify it and make it linear, right? It's a D20 system, uses attributes and skills, or we don't use skills, we use attributes, drop the skills and feats from 5th edition, right? And then, you make your basic primary attribute rolls, and it just makes the game a lot linear. We have a lot more expansions and stuff that go along with it, and it adds content to the game. The game's been out for about 15 years. It doesn't change. We do printings, not editions, right? So it's the same game. You open up a first printing back in 2005 when we sold them, and it's going to have the same rule set, core mechanic rule set that the 9th edition, or 9th printing we sell today, which came out last year, has in it. So it's a super simple, super fun game, and we've been pretty popular in the last couple years. So,
yeah, that sounds incredible. So you've even simplified and streamlined from 5th edition even.
Yeah,
so
right.
Would you say that this is super good for newbies to get into?
Absolutely. No, it's totally user friendly, and my favorite part about it is it uses the Siege engine, is what it's called. It uses the Siege engine, and it makes the game, like I said, flexible, but also it kind of allows for a freedom of creativity to flow at the table on the DM and the player side, right? So there's a bunch of, there's just a bunch of different, you can ratchet it up, ratchet it back, crank down on the rules, loosen up on the rules, play it fast and loose with them. So it's really cool. There's a lot to go with it. We've got the core books and whatnot, so.
Yeah, so if someone's going to get into Castles and Crusades, where would they start?
So you can go to the website. Right now we have the 7th printing of the Player's Handbook for free, right? So you can get that on trolllordgames.com.
For free?
For free, yes. The Player's Handbook, which would be this guy right there in the middle, that's the 9th printing. So that's all you need to play the game. You can actually run the game, too, with just the Player's Handbook. It's got some DMing rules in it, right? If you wanted to expand on it, you would move with the Monsters and Treasure and the Castle Keeper's Guide. That adds, obviously, monsters and treasure, as it says in the name, and then the Castle Keeper's Guide. We actually had a guy in the hallway on the way to the room the other day. He stopped and said that's the best DM guide he's ever read. So, yeah.
That's incredible. Even more incredible that he read the DM guide.
Yeah, he read the whole DM guide. He was sitting there. His buddy had bought it the day before, and he let him. His buddy let him read it, and he said, "Man, I was just drooling over it." So he came the next morning and bought the whole bundle. So, yeah.
Amazing. So you mentioned that there's tons of expansions and things. I'm going to make you pick a favorite.
I don't know, favorite book or favorite expansion? Like single book or bundle? That's what I should say.
Okay, let's do a single book.
Okay, can I go grab it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab it real quick. Right here. So the Adventure Spellbook, it takes all of the Dungeons & Dragons, Castles and Crusades, and runic spells, which are built into the lore of Castles and Crusades, and compresses them down into one big book, ready to play with the Siege engine. And you can carry it over into other games. You'd have to tweak, obviously the stats and how it works, right? But this is every spell you could ever imagine. There's about 1,000-something spells in here, and I play Magic users at the table a lot, wizards, druids, clerics, and all that stuff, and I always flip into the back of the Player's Handbook, but right here it's all alphabetized, everything's ready to go, it's got all the descriptions, it's beautiful. I begged for this book for about 5 years, so yeah, I finally got it, and I'm super happy about it,
We've already talked about where they can find you online at trolllordgames.com. Where can we find you on socials and things?
So we've got a Twitter, we've got an Instagram, we do a Twitch stream. Actually, Grace, if you come over here, she works for Troll also. She does a Twitch stream on Mondays, right?
On Mondays,
yes. On Mondays, and she reads
Mondays at 7.
She reads out of the Codex of Erd, which is the lore of the world that Castles and Crusades takes place in, right? And she reads the Andanuth is what it's called, the front section.
The Codex?
Yeah, we're talking the Codex. Yeah, absolutely. It's very stout.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so where can they find that stream again?
Twitch. On Twitch, it's Troll Games. So you'll find
Twitch.tv/TrollLordGames. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dakota. This has been Troll Lord Games at GaryCon 2023.